Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and today we're going to talk about making a stencil font. And the reason you would need a stencil font, if you were going to take this, well, let's just take this one that hadn't been changed, and you were going to cut out the letters out of a piece of wood or acrylic, and then have another piece of wood behind it or glass or something. The center parts of these two letters are just going to fall out. There's nothing that's going to hold them together. So you need to make a stencil font where they'll all kind of stay together. Now you got a couple of choices. You can go to a stencil font that you have in your library of fonts. You can go to dafonts.com and pick hundreds of probably different stencil fonts. But I've always kind of liked making my own. This just doesn't suit my need. I kind of like mine better right here, and I just did these real quick. So we're gonna just kind of show you how to do one real quick. First thing you need to do is convert it to curves. Then you don't have to do that first, but left click, fill, right click so you get hairlines. And then you kind of need to pick what you're going to do. You're going to do this O and this P. So what I would do is draw, holding down your control button so you get a straight line. So you get two straight lines, and you're going to use those two lines over and over so you get a consistent distance between your cuts of your stencil. So let's go Control D and we'll make a copy of that. Now we're going to extend these, and then all you have to do is in a way you could probably weld this, and you would also want to make sure it's in the center of the O, and take some time, and by doing that, I'm pretty close to center for this, just showing you. But then you get your virtual segment delete key or knife and just cut away the things you don't need. I don't need that. 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 And there's not that many letters possibly in your plaque that would need this anyway. So there's your stencil. Now, since you've got your two lines, you can use them on your P. And we'll rotate that 90 degrees. Make sure you get both of them. So now you've got the same gap. And do the same thing here. Just take and let's make a copy of that. And I might show you something else. Tell you what, let's make a copy. Well, we'll just go back to that. So then just delete the parts you don't need, and just kind of, it's kind of a lesson learning of what you can take out and what you do need to take out. But then you'll know, if you fill it in, you'll know that you've got a complete, none of your nodes are broken. And I like doing that. I cut it out. And now a lot of times you can do without doing any of that is don't have this and then cut it out and back it up with the same wood that fell out of there, and it's kind of hard to glue back in there sometimes. And you could change. Let's zoom in here and let's back up a couple steps. You could take these two and turn them at zero, back to zero. And you could put them right here. Make them longer. I don't think it would look as good, but you could do the same thing. And one thing about it, it's your call and your font, and people might like it. And that doesn't look half bad. And then that way that won't fall out. And always you need to consider how thick that line is, you know, before you start cutting, because if it's, you know, not, it's 1/15 of an inch or 15/100 of an inch. So that's pretty thin if you were doing it with real wood. A plywood might hold that. Anyway, that's stencil fonts. Or, you know, a lot of times if you use upper case text, a lot of the, you know, like the E in a lowercase would have had to been stencilized, where the capital E doesn't have to be. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.